The Joanna Yeates case. The woman who vanished between two footsteps. Snow fell over Bristol the night Joanna Yeates disappeared. Not heavy, just enough to soften the streets, blur footprints, and make the city feel quieter than normal. She walked home from a pub, carrying a pizza she never got to eat. She sent a message to her boyfriend. She unlocked her door, and then she was gone. No scream, no struggle, no sign of forced entry, just silence. Her disappearance became one of the most unsettling murder cases Europe had seen in years. Not because of brutality, but because of how ordinary the night had been. Joanna was 25, architect, bright, warm, loved by everyone around her. Her boyfriend was away visiting family. He expected her to call. She didn't. Hours passed, then a day, then two. Her phone stayed silent, her bed untouched, her coat still hanging by the door. The pizza she bought was missing. Police searched her apartment. Nothing was broken. Nothing was stolen. Nothing was out of place. It looked like she had stepped out for a moment and never stepped back in. The investigation exploded across the UK posters, press conferences, volunteers searching frozen fields, helicopters scanning the countryside. Everyone hoped she was alive. But 8 days later, a couple walking their dog found a body in the snow near a quarry, wrapped in frost, left carefully, almost respectfully. It was Joanna. The country broke. Her murder didn't make sense. She had no enemies, no dangerous lifestyle, no secret relationships, no reason to be targeted. Police looked at strangers, co-workers, ex-partners, delivery drivers, neighbors. One neighbor stood out, a man who lived in the same building, a man who had watched the investigation unfold from his window, a man who had given interviews to the press, saying he hoped Joanna would be found. His name was Vincent Tabak. He was quiet, polite, highly intelligent, a Dutch engineer working in Bristol. He seemed helpful. He seemed concerned. He seemed normal. But normal can be camouflage. Tabak became a person of interest when police noticed something strange. He had volunteered information no one asked for. He had commented on details only someone close to the crime would know. He had inserted himself into conversations about Joanna's last movements. And then came the twist. DNA found on Joanna's body matched Tabak. He was arrested. During interrogation, Tabak didn't behave like a typical killer. He didn't rage. He didn't panic. He didn't deny everything. He spoke calmly, softly, almost academically. He said he had strangled Joanna by accident. He said she screamed too loudly. He said he didn't mean to hurt her. But the evidence told a different story. Her injuries showed force. Her body had been moved. Her clothing had been arranged. Her remains had been transported miles away and placed in a location chosen deliberately. This wasn't panic. This was control. Tabak had watched Joanna for months. He knew her schedule. He knew when she was alone. He knew her boyfriend was away. He approached her door that night. No one knows exactly what happened inside the apartment, but investigators believe he tried to initiate contact, and when she resisted, he killed her. He then cleaned the scene, carried her body to his car, and drove into the freezing night. He returned home, slept, went to work the next morning, as if nothing had happened. The trial reveals something darker. Tabak had a history of disturbing online searches. He had fantasies about overpowering women. He had researched how to move bodies. He had looked up forensic techniques. He wasn't impulsive. He wasn't confused. He was prepared. He was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. The Joanna Yeates case remains one of Europe's most chilling modern murders. Not because of mystery, but because of how ordinary the killer seemed. A neighbor, a man who smiled politely, a man who offered to help search for the woman he had already killed, a predator hiding in plain sight, a reminder that danger doesn't always knock loudly. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it waits, sometimes it lives next door. You've been watching True Case Files, real crimes, real mysteries. If you want more cases like this, subscribe and let me know which story you want to see next.